How are we doing? How are we doing? Dr. Diamond Mooney, it feel like forever.
Hey, what's going on, my brother?
Man, I'm missing you beyond verbal expression.
I
Look
feel
at that guy, boy. Every time I see you, you look halfway handsome.
I'm trying to get, I'm trying to keep in there. What's going down with you?
Man, I can't call it. Feel good to be at home in the pocket and to be able to do this from home. And my flight leave at 5 a.m. in the morning, though.
Oh, where you headed?
Orlando for some business.
Okay.
I'll be back
Okay.
on. So
Not bad.
I'm going to give these folk maybe 60 seconds as I navigate this screen, because since I'm able to pull up my notes from my laptop, and we're about to go in tonight. We've been talking a lot about understanding your business. We've been talking a lot about taking full responsibility of your business. And so tonight, I'm going to deal with one of the things that I believe that many of us find difficult in our business, and that is getting customers. And I know it's also difficult getting new business owners too. But I really feel as if we could understand how to get our customers. It will help us to become more fluent, and we can begin to convert those customers into business owners. You got anything you want to share and say about that real quick, Mooney, before I really dive into this?
No, I want to hear what you got. I want to hear first, and then I'll follow your lead. Yeah.
All right. Now, so tonight, as we get into this particular training, one of the things that I want to do is I'm going to train as if I'm talking in a room full of entrepreneurs that is not necessarily attached to any type of industry, but they all are just entrepreneurs and they all have customers. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want to tap into some principles as entrepreneurs, because I want us to begin to really shape our minds as small business owners. I want us to understand that we are a business within a business. I'm going to say that again. You are, as a dispensary owner, a business within a business. That's why you get your own website with its own identity. You're a business within a business. Now, what the business that you are in, what it does is it provides for you branding. It provides for you product. It provides for you general principles and strategies. It provides for you support. It provides for you, it covers those fixed expenses, such as website fees and all of those things. So the business, it provides for you on a general sense, marketing. So that's what the business that you are in provide for you. But as a business, there's certain things that you must engage in for yourself as an entrepreneur. And the goal of any business is to generate and increase revenue. Would you guys agree to that? The goal of any business is to generate and increase revenue. Now, in order to generate and increase revenue, you must be able to find customers and from those customers increase sales. Now, in order for you to find customers and increase sales, you must understand, and those of you that are taking notes, and I admonish you to take notes tonight, you must understand your target audience. So write that down. Somebody put it in the chat. Understand your target audience. Who is your target audience? And once you understand, and in understanding your target audience, in that you must also understand what their needs are. So I know we say go out and get new customers, but the truth is, before you can really find new customers and increase your sales, you must understand who your actual customer is. And you must understand the value that you have for that customer, right? This is something that is very, 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 very important. You must understand who your customer is and the value that you have for your customer. Why? Because the truth of the matter is, even as a business within a business, we all potentially can have 4 or 5 different types of customers. And we attract different types of customers. So the reality is, when you begin to think about how to attract more customers, I want you to get this, and I've talked about this before. Attracting more customers is really about listening to their needs. It's not about being a solution that's out there looking for a problem. Okay, let me say that again. Attracting more customers is really about listening to their needs. It not being a solution looking for a problem. I have a t-shirt, not this one. In this t-shirt, it says, "Dad always liked me more." So it was a little fight that my kids was picking on to see which one I liked the most. But not this t-shirt. I got another t-shirt that says, "I am a solutionist." And in other words, what I'm saying is, I am a solution to your problem, but I'm not a solution looking for a problem. Y'all get it? I am a solution to your problem. I'm not a solution looking for your problem. Sometime when we market ourselves looking for a problem, sometime when we market ourselves, we're marketing ourselves and we're trying to get customers. Our marketing is based on us being a solution, and we're looking for a problem. We're hoping that a problem will find us. And in order for us to attract more customers, it's really about listening to their needs and having something within your repertoire that you can help solve their needs. One of the things we must understand, there are many existing problems that are out there everywhere that need to be solved. And customers are willing to pay for their problems being solved. But in order for customers to pay for their problems being solved, you got to know what their problem is. So we got to focus on the need of the customer and their needs, more so us being a solution that's just out there throwing it at the wall looking for a problem. Now, how do we do that? One of the things I keep talking about is relationship selling. You know, if we're going to develop a plan to reach new customers, we need to really, really understand who we're selling to. And we can't understand that if we don't have some form of relationship with that particular customer. If I'm trying to expand sales, I have to find out who my existing customers are and what are their demographics and what do they look like. Does that make sense? Who are my customers? What are their demographics and what do they look like? Well, how am I going to identify that? How am I going to identify that? I'm going to identify that by going to my existing customers. Because if I took 10 dispensary owners today, and I take 10 dispensary owners, and out of those 10 dispensary owners, I looked in their back office and pulled the demographics of each one of their customers, and the products that they are buying, it's very, very possible that I'm going to get 10 different demographic profiles. If that makes sense, put it in the chat. If that makes sense, I need y'all to do me a favor. I need you to put that in the chat. Because it's very, very easy. It's very, very easy to, because here's the thing, the people that I attract come from a different space than the people, let's say Dr. Diamond Mooney attracts. My circle may not indulge in anything they have to smoke. So it makes no sense for me to sell them a pre-roll. Makes no sense for me to sell them a vape. Makes no sense for me to sell them flour. That's not my target audience. That's not the customer that's been buying from me. The customer that's been buying from me is the one that got pain. The customer that's been buying from me is the one that can't sleep. The customer that's been buying from me, are y'all getting this? The one that likes to cook. Why? Because I like to cook. So garlic fire is my thing. Typically, you hang around people that share the same type of social and cultural mindsets. So it's imperative that you are able to literally know who your target audience is. That's imperative. So you got to know what their demographics are. You got to know what they look like. So there's a lot of ways to be able to help understand one audience, the difference between one audience and another. There's a lot of different ways. And you should be able to look at an audience and understand and be able to do a SWOT analysis of that audience. So what is the strength of this particular customer? What is the weakness of me targeting this customer? What is the opportunity for me to target this customer? What is the threat that exists in this particular market? Understanding this is critical. Now, there's 4 things that I want you to look at when you are examining your target audience. It's 4 things. Number 1 is the demographics. That's very important. There's a reason why on Thursday nights we got a millennial call. Because the millennials ideally, millennials attract millennials. It's easier for a millennial to attract another millennial than it is for a senior to attract a millennial, ideally, right? So the first thing is demographics. We want to know, you should be able to identify, okay, what is the income level of my target market or my target customer? What is their age? Are they male or are they female? Are they in the suburbs or are they not in the suburbs? You should be able to know this. Then the psychographics. What is the attitude and the taste of that particular person, right? So you should have an avatar. So what do you mean, Coach Dan, when you say an attitude or their taste, right? Again, I gave you an example. Some people don't like smoke, but there's another group of people that love smoke. There's another group of people that may literally say, hey, I need to lose weight, and their attitude is all about health. Y'all see that? Their attitude is all about health. So that's the psychographics. What is their attitude? My attitude is about living a healthier lifestyle. My attitude is about getting a buzz. My attitude, so each person has their own attitude and taste book. Each demographic does. Then there's this thing called ethnographics, which deals with the examination of a particular culture. Some could say the cannabis industry is its own culture. Would you guys agree to that? The cannabis industry is its own culture. Wakana has its own culture. We have a certain demographic profile that we attract. And then the fourth thing, so it's demographics, psychographics, ethnographics, and I'm moving fast because of course, y'all know we only have a little bit of time in these moments. And then it's the last one is the buying habits. When you look at your back office, when you look at your existing customer base, you want to look at a couple of things. You want to look at what they are buying. You want to look at how often are they buying. You want to look at when are they buying. Now, how often and when is two different things. Because how often they're buying could be weekly. It could be monthly. It can be every other month. It could be once a quarter. That's how often they're buying. When they're buying could be a specific time in a month. They're buying the first of the month. Well, no, most of my average customer base is actually buying not the first of the month, but my average customer base is buying around the 15th of the month. I noticed that my sales increase around the 15th through the 15th and the 20th of each month. You must understand this data in terms of your customer, because once you understand who your avatar is, and when I talk about avatar, I'm talking about who your target market, your target customer, what that customer looks like. It then helps you to become even more strategic in knowing where to go and get them. All right? You got to know who they are before you can identify where they are. This makes sense so far? You got to know who they are before you can identify where they are. Now, let's take it a little further. Okay, Coach Dan, I know who they are. And because I know who they are, now I have an idea of where I can go and find more of them. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can engage and find your target audience. There's a couple of ways that you can do it. And one of them, and I'm gonna break some of them down I'm gonna run through them real quick. And all of these things you've heard before, right? This part is just a refresher here, but I'm gonna break it down like this. The first way that you can find new customers, now that you know what they are, is cold calling. Cold calling. Y'all know what that is. It's cold calling. It's cold calling. It's a cold calling is a blind contact with a potential customer who wasn't expecting you to call him. You called him cold. And the truth is, people are hesitant about cold calling or talking to somebody they don't know. That's the truth. And so what I always just try to say is, make a goal as to how many new people I'm coaching somebody right now in Wakanda. And I'm saying, make a goal of how many new people you're going to call. The other piece, so number one is cold calling, when we talk about how we're going to find them. The second one is networking. There's many ways to network. And remember, that before you can actually actively engage in networking, you got to identify the network, right? So let me give you a few opportunities to identify the network. You hear me say it sometime on Wednesdays, or on Monday nights. Your church membership can be part of your network. The people that you go to the gym with, for those of us that go to the gym because we're doing a great job in this flat belly lifestyle, those people are part of your network. The people that, if you're part of a fraternity, like the greatest fraternity on the planet, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and then the second greatest, because Dr. Diamond Mooney, the Sigmas, if you, that's another network, right? You The people you go to work with is a network. And so you can find your target audience with these various networks as you begin networking. All those kinds of things are important. See, so therefore, you may have to join some of these networks if you're looking for new people. Because all of these networks and networking events, they have different social functions. I'll give you an example. I am a member of the Chicago Assembly. Chicago Assembly is a network of business professionals, politicians. It's a male organization, business professionals, politicians, doctors, and all of that stuff. And so that's a network. We do 2 events a year. 2 events a year. I'm a part of that network. I'm a part of that social organization, and it gives me an opportunity to network. Are y'all seeing this? So let me go back. Number 1, cold calling. Number 2, networking. Number 3, you want to develop champions for your product. So you guys, there's a little scripture that say they overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the words of their testimony. You hear all the time, the greatest form of advertising is word of mouth. You hear us on Monday nights and get people to come and give their testimony. Every event we get people to come and do their testimony. So the question is, you have to develop in your business within a business. Who are your champions for your product? Who has the greatest success stories for your product? Get them to tell you their testimonies in writing. Get them to do a video for you and tell them to call your name out. Mr. Diamond Mooney, I had an old fat belly. And Mr. Diamond Mooney I joined Mr. Diamond Mooney program. Forget what the program is. I joined Mr. Diamond Mooney's program. And when I joined Mr. Diamond Mooney's program, in less than 30 days, I lost 7 inches. I encourage everybody to connect with Mr. Diamond Mooney. That's what it looks like. Are y'all understanding? Develop champions of product. God dang, I'm about to lose time. Here it is, another one, affiliate marketing. So, ladies, I don't mean to say this to be inappropriate. I want to give an example though. Here's the example. There's a young lady who does cleansing of the female organs. She has a spa that does that. And I'm in conversation with her about utilizing the Wakana product line for our CBD stuff. In addition to that, my wife is interested in opening up a med spa. So I'm in conversation with her about my wife using a certain portion of her suite for the med spa. What this is called is affiliate marketing. So identify opportunities where you can engage in affiliate marketing. That means you're looking for non-competitive opportunities where if you brought your products into a particular space, is not competing against the owner of that space, but it also gives you an opportunity to leverage your product, okay? So number 1, cold calling. Number 2, networking. Number 3, develop champions for your product. And you know what? Number 4, affiliate marketing. I'm not done, you guys, but it's 6:59. And so I got to stop right there. Y'all quickly give me some feedback in the chat. Was this helpful to you? Give me some feedback in the chat. I want to know if this was helpful. Give me some feedback. Dr. Diamond Mooney, you care to share as a team leader, any feedback you want to give, and then you could just transition it over to those that's going to take over this Wakana.
Man, I think you hit it on the nail, Pastor Dan, especially for those who are here that are brand new and don't know where to start. Pretty much you laid out the value of a disposition and the power of your immediate network where you're comfortable. So I think that's a great place to start.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.